In this tutorial video I show you how to create this steampunk outfit. The pattern can be downloaded for free. The link to the pattern is in the description field. This is the front part of the shirt, and we start with folding the fabric like this. And sew the seam together on here, and you do the same on the other side. The seams are sewn together. Now we can sew the two back parts onto the front part. Place the back part like this on the front part and sew together on the side. And the very small strap on the top. We will do the same with the other side. Sew together here and the small strap on the top. The back parts are sewn onto the front part. Now you need the collar part. You line it on one side like this. You sew it onto the top like this. The collar is sewn onto the shirt. The only thing left to do is sew Velcro or snap buttons onto the back, and your shirt is done. Because the skirt is pretty short on the front, we also made panties. If you use a fabric which has stretch, you don't need to sew Velcro or snap buttons onto the back. And you can just sew the back parts onto the front part, here, 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 together. When you're using a fabric which hasn't stretch, you need to leave this part open so you can sew a snap button or a small piece of Velcro here. If you're using a stretch fabric like me, you can sew it all the way together and it slides over the legs on. The panties are sewn together and they're all done. For the jacket we start with the front parts. You fold the fabric like this and you sew the seam together here. You do the same for the other front part. When you sew the seam together, we can sew the two front parts onto the back part. We place the front part like this on the back part. We sew it together here on the side and on the top. We will do the same on the other side. We sew it together here and on the top. The front parts are sewn onto the back part of the jacket. Now you'll need the collar part of the jacket. Check where the middle of the back part is and the middle of the collar. Align the middles and sew the collar part onto the jacket. The collar is sewn onto the jacket. Now we can add the details. We've got a belt. This one will be sewn from here until there. And we've got a small strap which will be sewn onto the collar part. As you can see, the strap is longer than the collar, so you need to align it in the middle, like this, and sew it onto the collar. The leather straps are sewn onto the jacket. Now we'll add these detail parts, so it looks a bit more like a real belt. And the jacket will close like this on the door. So we'll be sewing this one a little bit on here, as you can see. And we'll do the same with the small part for the leather strap on the collar. So sew it only a very small part together. The two small parts are sewn onto the leather straps. Now we'll add some beads so it looks more like a real belt. For the bigger belt I'm using staves. By adding one horizontal and two vertical, like this. And for the strap in the neck, I'll be using round beads. And I'll be adding two in this way and two here. The beads are sewn onto the jacket. It looks a bit more like a real belt. Now we continue with making the sleeves, the lower part and the top part of the sleeve. And we continue with making a few folds, only 3 or 4, into the top part. And it should, when you're done with the folds, it should be as long as your sleeve is. The top part of the sleeve is sewn onto it. As you can see, there are a few folds in it. Now we take a very small strap of leather and we'll be sewing it onto the bottom here as a detail. And you do the same with the other sleeve. After the detail is sewn onto the sleeve, double it like this. You sew it together all the way from here till there. After you've sewn the sleeves together, you turn them with the good side of the fabric on the outside. Now I can sew onto the jacket. Place them in the hole like this. You align the seam of the jacket with the seam of the sleeve. And you sew together all the way around. And you do the same with the other sleeve. The sleeves are sewn into the jacket. And the only thing left to do is sew Velcro or snap buttons here on the belt. So you can close it like this. And on the collar part, so you can close it like this on the neck of the doll. For the corset, I think it's called, I've used fake leather. And we start with sewing the two back parts onto the front part like this. And sew together here and on this side. When the back parts are sewn onto the front part, together like this. Now we'll add some embroidery onto the corset, so it looks more like a real corset. This is how the corset turned out with the embroidery and beads on it. The only thing left now is to sew Velcro or snap buttons on the back, and the corset is done. The skirt has a few layers, and we start with the first layer of the skirt. You need a piece of fabric which is 4 centimeters high and 44 centimeters long. On the paper I've drawn a line which is 12 centimeters. This is the hips of the doll, how broad they are. I'm also using a few needles. What we will do is take the piece of fabric and make all along the top side small folds. And I find it easiest to start in the middle of the skirt. So I fold them double like this. And I'm making the first small fold here right in the middle. And I'm placing a needle through it. Now making the next small fold. And I'll be making small folds all the way around. and on this side the same. And in the end, when you're done with all the folds, the skirt needs to be as long as the line, so it will be a lot of folds to make. When you sew the folds onto the strap, it looks like this. If you hold it like it's on the doll, it looks really fancy, I think. The fabric I have used is not very flexible, so it stands a bit out, otherwise it will just hang down. We lay the first strap on the side and we continue with the second strap. For this one you need a piece of fabric which is 7 centimeters high and 40 centimeters long. This time I've drawn a line of 11 centimeters. And we'll be doing the same with this strap as the first strap. All the way on the top we make small folds and sew the folds together, and the top side of the skirt needs to be 11 centimeters long. The folds are done in the second layer. Now we can sew the first and second layer together. With this skirt, the open side will be the front, in front of the doll. Normally I place it on the back, but this skirt will be on the front. And you'll align the second skirt a bit out of the middle and sew together all the way to the other side. And also on this side it will be a bit from the middle. So you'll get it like this in the end. The first and second layer are sewn together. Now we take the fabric for the third layer. It's 40 centimeters long and 7 centimeters high. And also with this layer we'll make a lot of small folds. And the length of this strap, it starts here. And you'll need to make a lot of folds until here. So this part should have the length from here till there. After sewing the folds in the third layer, we can sew the third layer onto the other two. You align them like this. So you got around 3 centimeter opening. And we won't sew this fold line with this fold line, but a bit beneath it, around 1 centimeter. So the stitch line will come here, just underneath where the first layer falls. This way the third layer will be a bit longer and this part won't get too thick because of all the layers we were sewing onto it. Here you can see the third layer attached to the second and first layer. When you look on the inside, you see the space between the first fold layer and the third one. And here you can see the few stitches I've used to stitch the third to the second layer. For the fourth and last layer, we need a piece of fabric which is 40 centimeters long and 10 centimeters high. Like with the other 3 layers, we'll be making a lot of folds around the top. And it should be as long as the third layer. So we start on one side and continue making folds all the way to the other side through the line here again. When you're done with making folds in the fourth layer, you will be sewing it onto the third layer. This side will be aligned and we will be sewing it a bit underneath the second layer here. So as you can see, we'll be sewing it here onto the third layer instead of here. make sure the second layer stays loose, so it will fall over the stitching line. So the stitching line will be covered. We'll be sewing it together all the way to the other side, like this. The last part of the skirt is sewn onto it. Now we take the parts for the belt. And the belt will be sewn over the first skirt, like this, and all the way around to the other side. And this part will be sewn over the belt like this. The belt is sewn onto the skirt. Now I'll add a few beads here, the same ones I've also used on the jacket, so it looks a bit more like a real belt. The beads are sewn onto it, so it gets more the look of a real belt. Now I will add a few more details which will be sewn just beneath the seam of the belt. I wanted to use gears so it would look like a real steampunk outfit, but sadly I couldn't find any in the shops. So I'm using beads like this and some of these round beads to add some detail. I've added a few details to the skirt, and the only thing left to do is to velcro or snap button here, so you can close the skirt around the waist of the doll like this.